Okay,
Mhm.
so this is speaking part one, IELTS speaking part one, fixing things. And dear viewers, please put likes and subscribe to the channel. And there will also be a list of useful vocabulary that we're going to use during our speaking session today. Okay, so Julia, can you fix things?
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm particularly handy, but I suppose I could fix things if I really needed, or to put it even better, if I really wanted to. But since I'm a girl and like a woman, I'm used to relying on someone handier, someone stronger, men. So I can fix things, but I do not do it very often.
Okay. As for me, undoubtedly, I possess the aptitude to repair a plethora of objects, and not all my fingers are thumbs, but yeah, definitely I cannot fix anything. So it's just my abilities are limited. And what things can you fix if you do?
Um, it's hard for me to say simply because I do not have much of an experience of fixing things, but I believe that since I'm quite a smart lady, or that's what I want to believe in, I suppose I could fix pretty much anything if I really put some effort into it. If I, let's say, read a manual and focus on the task, for sure I can replace a light bulb. I can mend things simply because this is something that we were used to be taught at school. So in the past, girls were taught how to mend things, like how to do needlework. Um, but that would be pretty much it, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, personally, I possess the prowess to mend a diverse range of things, including something like electronic gadgets or mechanical devices or household items. But I'm not a jack of all trades by any means, and I can honestly say that it's much easier to break things than to fix them.
Mhm.
Okay, so have you ever fixed something for someone else?
I can't recall any particular occasion. Maybe just one thing pops to my mind. When I used to teach at the state school, I was a class teacher, and I was a class teacher of really young kids. They were just 10 at the age. They were 10 years old when I became their class teacher. And just like all children who moved from primary school to secondary school, they were kind of like solitary and alone without their teacher. And they had to rely a lot in terms of mending buttons that fell off. So I remember distinctly a situation when I had to help a student to sew a button on back simply because she could not pull a thread through the needle's eye. She was not able to do it. For me, back then, it sounded completely incredible and unbelievable, but this is what it was. So I had to help her out.
Okay, right. So, and yes, I have rendered my services in repairing an item for someone in need. I can say each time it was a rather satisfying experience, but usually when I have to do it for someone else, usually that's something basic because I wouldn't risk like mending a laptop or something or someone else's
Mhm.
laptop because I'm not an expert in that. Um, so these are usually some small items, small things that are easy to fix, and just the
Mhm.
person maybe is not knowledgeable about whether it can help to turn off and turn on the computer just to solve the problem or something like that.
Mhm.
So, do you prefer to fix things yourself or hire someone to do it?
Well, generally, I suppose I would rather hire someone or ask someone to fix things for me, simply because, again, as a woman, I rely on men's help and assistance. Um, in such situations, I tend to view myself as a damsel in distress and calling for help of my knight in shining armor. And if there is no man around, like when I was single, for example, it was just a matter of convenience. and saving some time. I knew it that if I decide to fix the thing that's broken on my own, it would have taken, I don't know, like really long, and the result would not be guaranteed. So it was much better to hire someone, what they call a husband for an hour. So a man who would fix minor problems around your household for some minor payment. It wouldn't cost you an arm and a leg, to hire someone to fix things.
Yeah.
And I would definitely resort to someone's helps when it comes to something complicated like a laptop or a fridge or a washing machine, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and personally, I incline towards mending things on my own if I'm adept in comprehending the technicalities of the object and I can discern the issue at hand with precision. But well, not only is it faster, but I also don't have to shell out for this kind of service. But there are some instances when I have to hire someone and have an object repaired for me. For example, it must have been around a couple, like 2 or 3 years ago, when I was in Bali, and because of the jet lag and also because of the time difference, I often finish working late, and then I have some hard time falling asleep. So whenever I feel sleepy, I just try to fall asleep immediately. And I was like um, scrolling through some websites. I was on a I was lying on bed and scrolling through and browsing through some websites, and suddenly I felt sleepy. So I thought, okay, if I now get out of bed and put my laptop on a desk, then I probably won't want to sleep anymore. So I decided, okay, but then if I put it on the floor, I might wake up in the morning and step on it. So I just thought, okay, I will just quickly put my laptop under my bed, and then I won't step on it in the morning, and I'll just take it out. But it couldn't come to my mind that in Bali, you often have torrential rain. And I lived on the ground floor. And even though it was like above the land surface, when I woke up, all my room was in water. Like it was like, I wouldn't say it was knee high deep, but it was like there was a lot of water. And
Unbelievable.
what I tried to do was to fix it myself, but I didn't have any tools. So what I did was like I took it out of the water, I put it on the table, and I waited for a couple of hours for it to be dry. And then I tried to turn it on, and I could. I managed to do that, but after 30 seconds, it stopped working, and
Yeah.
I took it to a repairman, and actually, I visited Bali 3 times in a total, and 3 times I had minor problems with my laptop, like the charger stopped working, and so I couldn't teach my classes. So I immediately rushed to that repairman, and I had this charger ordered for me as soon as possible. So and then he managed to fix this, and it was it didn't cost a pretty penny, and so it was quite affordable. Yeah, that's my story.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's something, an incredible story, I would say.
yeah, I didn't expect there would be water in the morning in my room. So that's why I safely put the laptop on. And I'm still using the same laptop right now. So it's still working.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the most challenging thing you've ever fixed?
Challenging. That's I don't know. The wording is a bit weird, if you ask me. Like maybe the most sophisticated thing. Do you think they meant the most sophisticated thing that I've ever fixed?
Yeah, I mean it was very hard to fix it. So something like this.
Uh-huh. Well, again, simply because I do not attempt at fixing things that are really sophisticated. Maybe the most challenging event of fixing a gadget was when my fridge stopped cooling its contents. I read the manual, I Googled what the problem seemed to be, and there was this explanation that there's this pipe which provides certain type of a cooling liquid to the fridge's engine. And if this pipe is blocked, you have to clean it. So this is what I did. I found a thin piece of wire and used it as an improvised sort of a tool to clean the pipe from inside. So I pushed all the muck that was inside out, and it started working. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And as for me, the most arduous repair job that I've ever undertaken was restoring an antique Dutch clock, this kind of 19th century mahogany cuckoo clock, which involved quite a complex mechanism and intricate parts. And I think it required significant expertise to fix, but it was almost 20 years ago. I was young and optimistic. And actually, it was not my clock. It was the landlord's clock. I mean, I was at that time I just started living on my own, and I was renting an apartment. And the landlord said that if you repair this clock and bring it to some kind of like a thrift shop or a consignment store, I don't know which buys antiques, so you don't have to pay for 1 month. And I was really motivated to do this. Somehow I managed to fix it, and I brought it to the shop, and then at that time it was a significant sum for me now I wouldn't bother, but at that time, yes, I could live for 1 month for free in that apartment.
So it was really worth the effort, right?
Yes, the game was worth the candle. Okay.